The African savanna, an endless tapestry of life and struggle, where the first rays of dawn ignite the horizon in a blaze of gold. Here, the land stretches unbroken, a sea of waving grasses that shimmer beneath the relentless sun, their tips catching the light like a million tiny flames. This is a realm of extremes where the beauty of the landscape is matched only by its harshness. The grasses, though lush in the rainy season, become brittle and sparse as the dry months take hold, painting the plains in hues of ochre and dust. Acacia trees, with their umbrella-shaped canopies, stand as sentinels across the open plains, their silhouettes etched against the vast sky. These iconic trees offer precious shade and shelter, but also serve as silent witnesses to the daily drama that unfolds beneath their branches. Beneath this tranquil surface, the savanna is alive with tension. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is bound by the ancient law of survival. The antelope's ears twitch at the faintest sound, and zebra herds move in tight formation, ever watchful for the glint of an eye in the grass. Each day is a relentless contest, a stage for epic confrontations between predator and prey. Lions move with calculated stealth, their golden coats blending seamlessly with the sun-baked grass, while cheetahs explode into motion, their speed a blur as they pursue the fleet-footed gazelle. Wildebeest thunder across the plains in vast, surging herds, their hooves churning up clouds of dust as they flee unseen dangers. Impalas leap with astonishing agility, weaving through the tall grass in a desperate bid for survival. Towering giraffes stride gracefully across the horizon, their long necks reaching for tender leaves, while elephants, gentle giants, move in close-knit families, their every step shaping the land beneath them. The savanna is a living mosaic, each species playing its part in a delicate, ever-shifting balance. Here, alliances are forged and broken in the blink of an eye. Zebras and wildebeest graze side by side, their combined vigilance offering a greater chance of detecting danger. Yet, competition for food and water is fierce, and the struggle for resources can turn even the most peaceful scene into a battleground. The savanna's greatest challenge is its climate. As the dry season deepens, waterholes shrink and the earth cracks open, forcing animals to embark on arduous migrations. Wildebeest and elephants travel for miles, driven by instinct and the promise of distant rain. When the rains finally break, the transformation is nothing short of miraculous. Parched earth erupts in a riot of green, wildflowers bloom in sudden profusion, and the air is filled with the calls of animals rejoicing in abundance. Life surges back and the great cycle begins anew, yet with this abundance comes heightened peril. Predators seize the opportunity, stalking the swelling herds with renewed vigor. Every movement in the grass could spell life or death, and the tension is palpable. Vigilance is the currency of survival. Meerkats stand sentry atop their mounds, scanning for danger, while elephant matriarchs shepherd their young through the open plains, ever alert to threats lurking in the shadows. The journey is grueling. Rivers swollen by rain become deadly obstacles, and exhaustion claims the weak. Storms sweep across the plains, testing the endurance of every living thing. Evolution has shaped each inhabitant with exquisite precision. The chameleon's camouflage, the giraffe's towering reach, the zebra's dazzling stripes, all are adaptations honed by millennia of survival in this demanding environment. For herbivores, life is a constant test of awareness. Every rustle, every shadow could signal the approach of a predator. Their senses are sharpened to a razor's edge, tuned to the subtlest changes in their world. They read the wind, deciphering scents and sounds that are imperceptible to human ears. A single misplaced step can mean the difference between life and death. Defense is a matter of ingenuity and strength. Buffalo form impenetrable circles, hooves and horns ready to repel attackers. Wildebeest kick with bone-breaking force, and even the smallest creatures have evolved remarkable strategies to evade capture. Predators, too, are masters of their craft. Lions hunt with coordinated precision, cheetahs rely on blinding speed, and hyenas use teamwork and cunning to outwit their quarry. Each hunt is a test of patience, skill, and raw power, but even the most skilled hunters face failure. A missed step, a sudden turn, and the prey escapes, leaving the predator to face another day of hunger and uncertainty. The savanna is a world of constant motion, a living, breathing expanse where every creature is both hunter and hunted, participant and witness in the grand spectacle of life. In this unforgiving paradise, survival depends on unity, strength, and adaptability. Elephants defend their calves with unwavering resolve, wildebeest brave treacherous rivers, and zebras band together in dazzling displays of solidarity. The savanna's battles are legendary: the thunderous charge of a buffalo, the coordinated assault of a lion pride, the silent approach of a leopard. Each moment is a testament to the raw power and ingenuity of nature. Delete. Across the vast, sun-drenched plains of the African savanna, herbivores live in a perpetual state of vigilance. Every blade of grass they graze, every sip of water they take, is shadowed by the ever-present threat of predators lurking nearby. For these plant-eaters, survival is a delicate balance between feeding and remaining alert, a constant dance with danger that shapes every aspect of their existence. To endure in this unforgiving environment, herbivores have developed a remarkable suite of defense mechanisms, both physical and behavioral. Their senses are finely tuned, ears swivel to catch the faintest rustle, eyes scan the horizon for the subtlest movement, and nostrils test the wind for the scent of a stalking predator. Consider the zebra. Its iconic black and white stripes are not merely for show. When a herd moves in unison, the stripes blend into a mesmerizing blur, confounding the vision of predators and making it nearly impossible to single out a target. This collective camouflage is a masterstroke of evolutionary adaptation, turning the herd into a living, moving illusion. Yet, when the illusion fails and a predator closes in, the zebra reveals its most formidable defense, an explosive kick, delivered with astonishing speed and precision. This is not a desperate flail, but a highly coordinated, instinctive strike. The zebra's hind legs are engineered for both speed and power, capable of launching a devastating blow in the blink of an eye. The immense gluteal and thigh muscles store tremendous energy, releasing it in a split second. A well-placed kick can shatter bone, break jaws, and inflict injuries severe enough to end a predator's hunt, and sometimes its life. Towering above the grasslands, the giraffe is the sentinel of the savanna. Its extraordinary height, reaching up to 20 feet, grants it a panoramic view of the landscape, transforming it into a living watchtower. With its head held high, the giraffe can spot approaching danger long before it arrives. This early warning system benefits not only the giraffe itself, but also the many smaller herbivores that share its territory, who often rely on the giraffe's vigilance to stay one step ahead of predators. Despite its gentle demeanor, the giraffe is far from defenseless. When threatened, especially when a calf is at risk, the mother becomes a formidable adversary, standing guard with unwavering resolve. The giraffe's legs, both hind and fore, are powerful weapons. With a single well-aimed kick, it can deliver a blow strong enough to deter or even kill a would-be attacker. Unlike the zebra's kick, which is often a last resort for escape, the giraffe's strike is a calculated, offensive maneuver, an act of lethal precision designed to neutralize the threat. The force generated by a giraffe's foreleg can reach hundreds of pounds, easily crushing the skull or breaking the bones of even the most formidable predator. The black rhino, a living tank of the savanna, relies on a different set of defenses. Though its eyesight is notoriously poor, it compensates with an acute sense of smell and exceptional hearing, constantly sampling the air and listening for the faintest hint of danger. Every shift in the wind, every unfamiliar sound, is analyzed with instinctive caution. The rhino's world is one of scent and sound, a sensory landscape that keeps it attuned to the presence of predators. Its most iconic weapon is the massive horn, or horns, that curve from its snout. When threatened, the rhino becomes a force of nature, charging with astonishing speed and using its horn to gore and repel any adversary. Yet the rhino is not alone in its vigilance. The red-billed oxpecker, a small but vital companion, perches on its back, feeding on ticks and parasites that plague the rhino's thick skin. In exchange for this meal, the oxpecker serves as a living alarm system. At the first sign of danger, it emits a piercing screech, alerting the rhino to threats it might otherwise miss, and giving it precious seconds to react. This symbiotic partnership is a testament to the power of cooperation in the wild, where even the smallest ally can tip the balance between life and death. Among the most socially complex herbivores is the chacma baboon, the largest of Africa's baboons. These primates form vast, tightly knit troops, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, where safety is found in unity and organization. Their survival depends on a sophisticated web of communication. Vocalizations, gestures, and even subtle facial expressions convey information about food, danger, and troop movement. Alarm calls are finely tuned to the type of threat. A specific call warns of a leopard in the trees, while another signals a ground-based predator. This nuanced language allows the troop to respond with precision, minimizing confusion and maximizing their collective safety. When danger is imminent, the troop executes a coordinated defensive maneuver. The group tightens, vulnerable members move to the center, and the outer ranks prepare to confront the threat. The largest, most imposing males take the front line, bearing their formidable canine teeth and presenting a united, intimidating barrier. This display is often enough to dissuade even the boldest predator, proving that in the wild, strength is not just physical but also lies in numbers, strategy, and the will to defend one another. In the vast, unpredictable expanse of the African savanna, survival is a daily challenge. While individual strength and cunning are valuable, it is the collective power of the group that often tips the balance between life and death. Nowhere is this more evident than in the formidable herds of African buffalo. These animals, numbering in the hundreds, move as a single living fortress, each individual protected by the presence of its neighbors. A single buffalo, weighing up to 2,000 pounds, is a daunting opponent. Its thick hide and massive fused horns, forming a bony boss, are natural armor against attackers. But the true strength of the buffalo lies not in its physical might, but in its unwavering commitment to the herd. When danger looms, the herd moves in perfect synchrony, a wall of muscle and horn that few predators dare to challenge. Their legendary solidarity is matched only by their unpredictable aggression. In moments of crisis, buffaloes form tight defensive formations, presenting a united front to any threat. Vulnerable members, such as calves or injured adults, are quickly surrounded and shielded by the group. This instinctive loyalty ensures that no individual is left behind, transforming the herd into an impenetrable barrier. When a pride of lions targets a calf or a weakened buffalo, the predators must contend not with a single victim, but with the wrath of the entire herd. At the first sign of distress, the herd erupts into action. With thunderous hooves and unified purpose, they charge as one, transforming from prey into a formidable force. This collective retaliation is swift and relentless. The hunters, once confident, are now the hunted, forced to retreat before the overwhelming might of the herd. Lions scatter in panic, their calculated attack dissolved by the unity and ferocity of their intended prey. Any predator caught in the stampede faces a barrage of horns and hooves. The herd's defense is not just about protection, it is a coordinated counterattack driving home the lesson that unity is power. In these dramatic reversals, the savanna's balance of power is on full display. What began as a hunt for the lions often ends with the buffalo in pursuit, their numbers turning the tide. The principle of strength in numbers is not unique to buffalo. Elephants, the giants of the savanna, are masters of social cooperation and collective defense. Elephant herds are tightly bonded families, led by a wise matriarch whose experience guides the group through hardship and danger. The matriarch's memory is a living map. She knows the hidden waterholes, the safest paths, and the ancient routes that have sustained generations. When threatened, elephants form a living fortress. Adults encircle the calves, their massive bodies and tusks creating an unbreakable shield. Facing outward, they present a wall of ivory and resolve. Few predators dare to test the resolve of a united elephant herd. Their low-frequency rumbles, inaudible to most other animals, travel for miles, coordinating movements, warning distant relatives and reinforcing the bonds that hold the herd together. Across the savanna, alliances form between different species, each bringing unique strengths to the group. Impala, zebra, and wildebeest often graze side by side, their combined vigilance creating a living network of eyes and ears. Even the smallest creatures, like meerkats, rely on teamwork. Sentinels stand guard while others forage, their sharp calls alerting the group to danger in an instant. Zebras and wildebeest, though different in appearance and behavior, form mixed herds that benefit both. Zebras' keen eyesight and wildebeest's acute hearing create a formidable early warning system. Together, they scan the horizon, each species compensating for the other's weaknesses. This partnership makes it far more difficult for predators to approach undetected. When alarm spreads, the entire herd reacts as one. A single, startled animal can trigger a stampede, the group's collective panic overwhelming even the most determined hunter. In the chaos of a mass escape, predators struggle to isolate a target. The confusion and sheer number of fleeing animals provide cover for the vulnerable, ensuring that most will live to see another day. For every defensive adaptation in the savanna, there exists a predator that has evolved to counter it with remarkable precision and ingenuity. The African savanna is a living chessboard where apex predators continually refine their strategies to outwit, outpace, and overpower their quarry. The savanna's hunters are masters of their craft, employing a blend of raw strength, keen intelligence, and intricate teamwork. Each species has honed its own unique approach to survival, making the ecosystem a dynamic arena of competition and adaptation. No animal embodies the spirit of the apex predator more than the lion, whose presence commands respect across the grasslands. Lions are the only truly social big cats, living in complex family groups known as prides. This social structure is the cornerstone of their dominance. Within the pride, each member has a role. The lionesses, agile and strategic, are the primary hunters, while the males serve as formidable guardians. Lionesses employ sophisticated hunting techniques using the cover of tall grass and the element of surprise. Their hunts are meticulously coordinated, with silent signals and precise positioning. During a hunt, some lionesses will fan out, circling and herding prey toward hidden ambushes, while others remain motionless, ready to spring at the perfect moment. This level of cooperation is rare among large predators. Their teamwork enables them to bring down formidable prey such as adult buffalo and wildebeest, animals that would be nearly impossible for a solitary hunter to subdue. While the lionesses hunt, the male lions patrol the pride's territory, marking boundaries with scent and vocalizations. Their imposing presence deters intruders and rivals. The male lion's roar, echoing across the plains for miles, is both a warning and a challenge, a declaration of dominance that can prevent bloody confrontations before they begin. The stability of the pride hinges on the strength and unity of its males. Territorial disputes are frequent, with coalitions of males vying for control over prides and resources. These confrontations are fierce and often violent, as rival males battle for supremacy, The outcome can reshape the social landscape of the savanna. When new males seize control, they may commit infanticide, eliminating the previous leader's offspring. This brutal act, while savage, is a strategy to ensure the propagation of their own genes. The loss of cubs brings the lionesses back into estrus, allowing the new males to sire their own young and secure their genetic legacy within the pride. The spotted hyena, often mischaracterized as a scavenger, is in fact one of the savanna's most formidable and efficient hunters. Their reputation belies their true prowess. Hyenas live in large matriarchal clans, sometimes numbering over 80 individuals. Their social hierarchy is complex, with females dominating and leading the group. Hyenas are endurance hunters, capable of maintaining speeds of up to 37 miles per hour over long distances. They relentlessly pursue prey, often wearing it down through sheer stamina. Their most formidable weapon is their bite. Hyenas possess the strongest jaws of any mammalian predator, capable of crushing bone with ease. This allows them to consume nearly every part of a carcass, leaving little behind for other scavengers. Their efficiency as both hunters and consumers is unmatched. Studies reveal that in some regions, up to 95% of a hyena's diet comes from their own kills, dispelling the myth of them as mere opportunists. The African wild dog, another apex predator, is renowned for its extraordinary teamwork and relentless pursuit. These critically endangered canids are among the most effective hunters in the animal kingdom. Wild dogs communicate through a series of high-pitched chirps, whines, and body language, coordinating their movements with remarkable precision. When a pack singles out a target, the chase is relentless. Each member takes turns leading, ensuring that no single dog becomes exhausted. Their vocalizations and coordinated maneuvers allow them to anticipate and counter the prey's every move, cutting off escape routes and driving the animal toward waiting pack members. This flanking strategy, combined with their stamina and speed, results in a hunting success rate that far surpasses that of most other predators. Their hunts are swift and efficient, often lasting only minutes. The pack's unity and discipline are key to their lethal efficiency. Beyond the hunt, wild dogs display extraordinary social bonds, caring for injured or sick members by regurgitating food and ensuring the survival of the entire pack. Interactions between apex predators are fraught with tension. Lions, hyenas, and wild dogs often compete for territory and food, leading to dramatic confrontations and shifting alliances. These rivalries shape the balance of power on the savanna, ensuring that only the most adaptable and resourceful predators thrive in this unforgiving landscape. In the vast expanse of the African savanna, survival is a relentless contest of strategy, strength, and cunning. Here, not all predators depend on the unity of a group. Some are solitary masters, carving out their existence in the shadows. The leopard, elusive and enigmatic, is the embodiment of solitary prowess. It glides through the bush with a silence that borders on supernatural, its every movement calculated to avoid detection. This feline is a phantom, rarely seen, but always present, thriving on the art of ambush. As dusk falls and the savanna is cloaked in darkness, the leopard comes alive. Its world is one of shadows and subtlety, where the faintest rustle or glimmer of moonlight can mean the difference between feast and famine. The leopard's coat, a tapestry of rosettes and golden hues, is more than beautiful. It is a shield. This natural camouflage allows it to vanish into the interplay of light and shadow, rendering it nearly invisible to both prey and rival predators. With patience honed by necessity, the leopard inches forward, muscles coiled, and senses razor-sharp. It can approach its quarry within a whisper's distance, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash a sudden, explosive charge, a testament to its mastery of stealth and timing. Despite its solitary nature, the leopard is a powerhouse. Its compact, muscular frame belies a strength that is legendary among the predators of the savanna. With a single bound, it can clear distances of up to 20 feet, bridging gaps in rocky outcrops or leaping across open ground in pursuit of prey. Its jaws and limbs are so powerful that it can hoist prey heavier than itself high into the branches, securing its meal beyond the reach of lions and hyenas. This vertical strategy is a hallmark of leopard survival, turning trees into fortresses. Yet, the solitary path is fraught with peril. For leopard cubs, the world is a gauntlet of threats, where every shadow could conceal danger. Without the protection of a pride or clan, these young are exposed, relying solely on their mother's vigilance and the secrecy of their hiding places. Ironically, one of the gravest dangers comes from their own kind. Adult leopards, driven by territorial instincts, can be merciless toward the offspring of rivals. When a new male claims a territory, he may seek out and eliminate the cubs of his predecessor. This grim act, mirrored in other apex predators, is a ruthless strategy to ensure his own lineage prevails. By removing the previous male's bloodline, the new ruler accelerates the female's return to fertility, securing his genetic legacy in the next generation. Territorial boundaries are fiercely contested, marked by scent and patrolled with vigilance. Every inch of land is a prize, and every encounter a test of dominance. Beyond the grasslands, the rivers and waterholes are arenas for a different kind of supremacy, where ancient predators lie in wait. The Nile crocodile, armored and patient, is the undisputed lord of these waters. Its strategy is one of absolute stillness, blending seamlessly with the muddy banks and shimmering surface. With only its eyes and nostrils exposed, it becomes a living trap, waiting for the moment when opportunity drifts within reach. When prey approaches, the crocodile's ambush is sudden and violent, a burst of primal power that leaves little chance for escape. Its jaws snap shut with a force unmatched in the animal kingdom, ensuring that once caught, few can break free. The infamous death roll follows, a spinning maneuver that disorients and dismembers, sealing the fate of the captured animal beneath the water's surface. The presence of the crocodile is vital, shaping the river ecosystem and maintaining the delicate balance of life along the water's edge. Sharing these waterways is another giant, the hippopotamus. Though a grazer by night, the hippo's dominance is asserted through sheer size and aggression. Its reputation as one of Africa's most formidable animals is well earned. The hippo's territorial nature transforms placid rivers into battlegrounds where intruders are met with explosive force. Clashes between rivals are fierce, with displays of dominance that can escalate into brutal combat, each hippo defending its stretch of water with unwavering resolve. Weighing over 3 tons, an adult hippo is a living fortress, its bulk and power unmatched among the river's inhabitants. Its cavernous mouth can gape to a full 180 degrees, revealing tusks as sharp as daggers, formidable weapons in any confrontation. With a bite force capable of shattering bone and even challenging crocodiles, the hippo's aggression is both a warning and a weapon, securing its place as a dominant force in the waterways. In the savannah, every creature's survival hinges on its ability to adapt, to outwit, and to overpower. Stealth, power, and territory are the currencies of life, and only those who master these elements can hope to endure the endless struggle for dominance. Beyond the dramatic clashes of predator and prey, there exists a caste of animals whose influence on the African savanna is both subtle and profound. These are the ecosystem engineers, creatures whose daily activities sculpt the land, sustain the rivers, and maintain the delicate balance upon which countless species depend. Among these, the African elephant stands as a living force of nature. Their immense size and strength are matched only by their intelligence and social complexity, making them the architects of the savanna's ever-changing mosaic. Elephants live in tightly knit matriarchal herds, led by the oldest and wisest female. Their intricate social bonds are reinforced through gentle touches, low rumbles, and coordinated movements, allowing them to navigate the vast landscape as a unified family. As they traverse the bush, elephants use their trunks and tusks to topple trees and strip bark, clearing away dense thickets. This behavior, while seemingly destructive, is essential for the renewal of grasslands, as it prevents woody plants from overtaking open plains. The open spaces created by elephants become havens for grazers such as wildebeest, antelope, and zebra, who rely on these grassy expanses for food and safety from ambush predators. In the absence of elephants, the savanna would gradually transform into impenetrable woodland, reducing biodiversity and altering the entire ecosystem. Elephants are also the savanna's water providers. Their acute sense of smell and remarkable memory allow them to locate hidden water sources, even in the harshest dry seasons. Guided by the matriarch, herds journey across parched earth to ancient riverbeds, where the memory of water persists long after the surface has dried. Using their powerful feet, trunks, and tusks, elephants excavate deep into the earth, unearthing underground streams and creating waterholes that sustain not only themselves but a multitude of thirsty animals. These freshly dug wells become lifelines, their cool waters attracting a procession of wildlife long after the elephants have moved on. Zebras, impalas, birds, and even insects gather at these oases, their survival intertwined with the elephant's ancient knowledge and industriousness. In this way, elephants act as both caretakers and catalysts, shaping the fate of the savanna's inhabitants. In the rivers, the hippopotamus emerges as another master of transformation. Spending daylight hours submerged, hippos form tight-knit pods, their massive bodies cooling in the water and protecting delicate skin from the sun. As dusk falls, hippos leave the safety of the water, embarking on nightly foraging expeditions across the floodplains. Each adult can consume up to 40 kilograms of grass in a single night, shaping the vegetation along the riverbanks. Their grazing not only maintains open areas along the water's edge, but also influences plant diversity, preventing any single species from dominating the landscape. When hippos return to the river, they deposit vast quantities of dung into the water. This organic matter is a vital source of nutrients, fueling the growth of algae and supporting a thriving community of aquatic microorganisms. These microorganisms form the foundation of the river's food web, nourishing fish populations that, in turn, attract birds, crocodiles, and other predators to the water's edge. The hippo's daily cycle of grazing and dunging thus links the land and water, sustaining life above and below the surface and ensuring the river's productivity. In this way, hippos are silent stewards of the waterways, their presence essential to the health and diversity of the aquatic ecosystem. High above, the vultures soar on thermals, their keen eyes scanning the savanna for the faintest sign of death. These birds are the ultimate recyclers, their role as scavengers vital to the ecosystem's health. Vultures are often the first to arrive at a carcass, their arrival signaling the beginning of nature's cleanup process. Their powerful beaks and communal feeding habits ensure that no flesh is wasted. Working together, they can strip a carcass to the bone in minutes, leaving behind only the barest remains for other scavengers and decomposers. Their extraordinary eyesight allows them to spot carrion from miles away, and their aerial perspective makes them the savanna's most efficient searchers. When a large group descends, their frenzied feeding not only removes decaying flesh but also limits the spread of disease, protecting the health of all animals in the ecosystem. Vultures possess one of the most corrosive stomach acids in the animal kingdom, capable of neutralizing deadly pathogens such as anthrax and botulism. This unique adaptation allows them to consume what others cannot, purifying the landscape in the process. By consuming infected remains, vultures halt the transmission of disease, acting as a natural barrier against outbreaks that could devastate wildlife populations. Without vultures, the savanna would be overwhelmed by rotting carcasses, the air thick with disease and decay, a stark reminder of the indispensable role these birds play in maintaining the health and balance of this wild kingdom. The ancient rhythms of the savanna, the timeless dance between predator and prey, are now being disrupted by a new and pervasive threat, one that no animal can fight or outrun. Climate change is casting a long and dangerous shadow over this kingdom, altering the very fabric of life on these vast plains. The savanna, once a tapestry of golden grass and scattered acacia, now faces a relentless transformation. The sun, once a life-giver, has become an unyielding force, its rays intensifying the aridity and stretching the limits of survival for every creature beneath its gaze. According to a 2023 United Nations report, the average temperature in sub-Saharan Africa has risen by more than 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit in the last 50 years, twice the global average. This rapid warming is not just a statistic, it is a force reshaping the destiny of the savanna. The delicate balance of this ecosystem is under siege. Plants wither before they can seed, and the once abundant grasslands are shrinking, leaving herbivores to wander ever farther in search of nourishment. The antelope, zebra, and wildebeest, icons of the savanna, must now adapt or perish. Droughts, now more frequent and severe, carve deep scars into the land. Riverbeds that once teemed with life are reduced to ribbons of dust, and dust storms sweep across the plains, obscuring the horizon and challenging the senses of every animal. The rains, so vital to the renewal of life, have become unpredictable. Seasons blur, and the dry months stretch on, testing the resilience of every living thing. Trees, once steadfast sentinels, now stand gaunt and leafless, their roots searching in vain for moisture. Waterholes, the lifeblood of the savanna, shrink and vanish. Animals gather in tense, uneasy truce, drawn together by necessity. The competition for every drop intensifies, and the weakest are often left behind. The great migrations, once a spectacle of abundance, have become journeys of desperation. Herds trek across barren expanses, their numbers thinned by exhaustion and hunger. Each step is a gamble, each day a test of endurance. These migrations, fraught with peril, leave animals weakened and exposed. Scavengers circle, sensing opportunity, while disease finds easy purchase among the vulnerable. The very act of survival becomes a daily struggle. The disruption of ancient migration routes sends ripples through the ecosystem. Predator and prey alike are forced to adapt, their age-old strategies rendered obsolete by a landscape in flux. Scarcity breeds conflict. At the few remaining waterholes, tensions flare. Antelope and zebra clash over tufts of grass, and the social order of herds is tested as resources dwindle. Overcrowding at these shrinking oases brings together species that would rarely meet, increasing the risk of disease transmission and further straining the fragile peace. Predators, too, are caught in this web of change. Lions scan the empty plains, their keen eyes searching for prey that grows ever more elusive. Wild dogs, masters of endurance, must cover greater distances, their energy reserves stretched to the limit. With fewer healthy prey, the young and the old suffer most. Lion cubs grow thin, and wild dog packs fragment as the struggle for food intensifies. The future of these apex hunters hangs in the balance, yet amidst adversity, the savanna's inhabitants reveal remarkable adaptability. Elephants, with their deep memory, lead herds to hidden springs and dig for water in parched riverbeds, creating wells that benefit countless other species. Some antelope shift their feeding patterns, browsing on shrubs and leaves when grasses fail. Still, the mounting environmental stress pushes many species closer to the brink. The solitary figures of endangered animals haunt the fading grasslands, their future uncertain as habitats shrink and food grows scarce. The leopard, once a silent shadow in the night, has vanished from 13 countries and is critically endangered in 7 more. Its shrinking territory and dwindling prey base are stark reminders of the savanna's fragility. The African wild dog, with only a few hundred individuals remaining in some regions, faces a precarious future. Their complex social bonds and cooperative hunting strategies are tested as prey becomes scarce and territories fragment. Recent studies reveal that low genetic diversity further undermines their resilience, making them more susceptible to disease and less able to adapt to rapid environmental change. Even the vital vultures, nature's cleanup crew, are in steep decline. Their numbers fall by over 4% each year, threatening the balance of the ecosystem and leaving carcasses to rot, which can spread disease. Yet the savanna is not without hope. After rare rains, resilient acacia saplings push through the cracked earth, and green shoots emerge where all seemed lost. The ecosystem, though battered, retains a capacity for renewal. When the rains do return, even briefly, the transformation is astonishing. Herds gather on rejuvenated plains, and the next generation of life, calves, foals, and cubs, play in the fleeting abundance, a testament to the savanna's enduring spirit. In the quiet hours of dawn, dew clings to the grass, and the air is alive with the calls of birds and the hum of insects. These moments of resilience and adaptation are the savanna's answer to adversity, a reminder that even in the shadow of climate change, life persists, adapts, and endures. Across the vast African savanna, a tapestry of life unfolds, each species a vital thread in the ecosystem's intricate weave. Yet as the pressures of habitat loss, climate change, and poaching intensify, the survival of these animals depends on innovative animal-focused conservation strategies. In the heart of the Kavango-Zambezi Transfrontier Conservation Area, wildlife corridors have been established to reconnect fragmented habitats. These corridors are lifelines for elephants, wild dogs, and countless other species, enabling them to migrate safely, find mates, and maintain healthy genetic diversity. The creation of these safe passages has led to a resurgence in animal populations, once isolated by human development. Wild dogs, for example, now traverse vast distances, reuniting packs and expanding their range, while elephants reclaim ancient migratory routes. In Botswana's Okavango Delta, conservation efforts have focused on preserving the delicate balance of this unique wetland. The delta's seasonal floods sustain a mosaic of habitats supporting rare species such as Sitatunga antelope and wattled cranes. Targeted protection of these wetlands has resulted in increased breeding success for many aquatic and semi-aquatic animals. For critically endangered black rhinos, advanced monitoring and anti-poaching technologies have been game changers. GPS collars and aerial surveillance allow for real-time tracking, deterring poachers, and enabling rapid response to threats. As a result, black rhino numbers in protected reserves have shown a slow but steady increase, a testament to the effectiveness of these interventions. The Nile crocodile, a sentinel of river health, has benefited from efforts to restore and maintain clean waterways. Stable crocodile populations in the Lower Kruger National Park signal the recovery of aquatic systems, which in turn support a diversity of fish, amphibians, and birds. African wild dogs, among the continent's most endangered carnivores, have found refuge in protected areas where targeted vaccination campaigns and disease monitoring have curbed outbreaks of rabies and distemper. These measures, combined with habitat connectivity, have stabilized populations in key strongholds like Kruger National Park. Antelope species, once threatened by overhunting and habitat encroachment, are rebounding in areas where poaching has been curtailed and natural grasslands restored. The return of these grazers has cascading benefits, supporting predators and maintaining the ecological balance of the savanna. Scavengers and birds of prey, often overlooked, are vital to ecosystem health. Conservation actions such as banning harmful pesticides and protecting nesting sites have led to the recovery of vulture and raptor populations, ensuring the swift removal of carrion and the control of disease. Despite these successes, challenges remain. Climate change threatens to alter rainfall patterns, disrupt migrations, and intensify droughts. Invasive species and emerging diseases pose new risks to vulnerable animal populations. Yet the resilience of the savanna's wildlife, bolstered by science-driven conservation, offers hope. As the savanna faces an uncertain future, the ongoing commitment to animal-focused conservation, rooted in research, technology, and adaptive management, remains essential. Each success story, from the return of the black rhino to the stability of wild dog packs, is a testament to what is possible when the needs of wildlife are placed at the heart of conservation action. The African savanna endures as a living symbol of nature's grandeur and fragility. Through relentless dedication and innovation, the future of its magnificent wildlife can be secured, one species, one ecosystem, one victory at a time. The African savanna, a vast expanse of golden grasslands and scattered acacia trees, is far more than a stage for dramatic wildlife encounters. It is a living tapestry, woven from countless threads of life, each one essential to the whole. This ecosystem is a sanctuary of biodiversity, harboring an extraordinary array of species, each uniquely adapted to survive and thrive in a landscape shaped by the rhythms of rain and drought, abundance and scarcity. Here, the great migrations of wildebeest and zebra fuel a cycle of life that sustains predators and scavengers alike. The strategies of survival, herds banding together for protection, predators honing their skills in the hunt, and the subtle alliances between species are the result of millennia of evolution, each adaptation a testament to nature's ingenuity. The savanna is a living archive of evolutionary history, where ancient lineages persist and new ones emerge, contributing to a priceless biological legacy. To safeguard the savanna is to preserve the intricate balance that allows this diversity to flourish. Every river, every patch of grass, every termite mound plays a role in supporting the web of life. The interconnectedness of species, herbivores shaping the land, predators regulating populations, scavengers recycling nutrients, ensures the health and resilience of the entire ecosystem. The vitality of the savanna is a reflection of ecological balance. After the rains, the land bursts into life, supporting a surge of growth and activity. In times of drought, only the most resilient survive, and the cycle begins anew. Yet this balance is delicate. The savanna faces mounting challenges. Climate change alters rainfall patterns. Prolonged droughts test the endurance of all who call this place home, and shrinking waterholes become arenas of competition and survival. The parched earth and dust-laden winds are stark reminders of the savanna's vulnerability. As rivers dry and grasslands wither, the struggle for life intensifies, echoing the global challenges faced by ecosystems everywhere. The ancient migrations of elephants and antelope, the seasonal journeys that have shaped the land for generations, are vital to the renewal of the savanna. These movements disperse seeds, fertilize the soil, and maintain the delicate equilibrium that sustains life. The preservation of these natural rhythms is essential for the continued health of the ecosystem, ensuring that the savanna remains a cradle of life for generations to come. The fate of the savanna's inhabitants is bound together in a web of interdependence. The survival of one species often hinges on the well-being of another, creating a network of relationships that is both intricate and profound. Each animal, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, plays a role in maintaining the balance of the savanna. The loss of even a single species can send ripples through the ecosystem, altering the landscape in ways both seen and unseen. The hope for the savanna lies in the resilience of its wildlife and the enduring strength of its natural systems. The future of the savanna depends on the continued harmony of its inhabitants, the ongoing cycles of birth, migration and renewal that have defined this landscape for eons. The lion, the elephant and the rhino, icons of the savanna, are not only symbols of strength and majesty, but also keystone species whose presence shapes the very fabric of the ecosystem. Their survival is a testament to the resilience of nature, and to the intricate balance that sustains all life on the plains. The savanna is a living reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. Every movement, every sound, every heartbeat is part of a grand symphony of life, echoing across the grasslands. To lose this world of thundering herds and silent hunters would be to erase a masterpiece of natural design, a loss beyond measure. It would silence one of nature's most spectacular symphonies, leaving the plains empty and the trails untrodden. The sun, setting over the savanna, is a call to remember our responsibility to the natural world. The roar of the lion and the trumpet of the elephant are voices in a chorus that must not be stilled. The legacy of the savanna is written in the tracks of its animals, in the cycles of its seasons, and in the enduring beauty of its wild heart. Its protection is a duty owed not only to the present, but to the endless generations of life yet to come. As the golden sun slips beneath the horizon, a profound transformation sweeps across the African savanna. The familiar world of daylight gives way to shadows, and a new cast of characters emerges. Creatures perfectly attuned to the darkness, where survival depends on senses sharpened by evolution and instincts honed by necessity. In the cool embrace of night, hyenas become the savanna's most efficient opportunists. With powerful jaws and a highly social structure, these formidable hunters work together in clans, communicating through haunting calls that echo across the plains. Their keen sense of smell and remarkable endurance allow them to track prey over vast distances, while their bone-crushing bite ensures nothing goes to waste. Hyenas are not merely scavengers. Under the cover of darkness, they orchestrate coordinated hunts, targeting the weak and unwary, and playing a crucial role in maintaining the ecosystem's balance. Silent and elusive, the leopard prowls the nocturnal landscape, its rosette-dappled coat blending seamlessly with the shadows. Solitary by nature, the leopard relies on stealth and patience, stalking prey with a calculated grace. With eyes adapted to low light, it can detect the slightest movement in the gloom. A sudden burst of speed, a powerful leap, and the hunt is over. Prey is swiftly dispatched and hoisted into the safety of tree branches, safe from scavengers below. The leopard's mastery of the night ensures its survival in a world where competition is fierce and danger lurks at every turn. Above the savanna, the night air is pierced by the soft wing beats of owls. Masters of silent flight, these nocturnal raptors patrol the darkness with unparalleled precision. Their facial discs funnel the faintest sounds to asymmetrically placed ears, allowing them to pinpoint the rustle of a rodent beneath the grass. With talons poised and vision adapted to the dimmest light, owls strike with unerring accuracy, keeping populations of small mammals in check and contributing to the intricate web of life. The savanna's nocturnal hunters are not alone. Civets, genets, and bush babies navigate the shadows, each with unique adaptations, keen senses, agile movements, and cryptic coloration that help them evade predators and secure food. The interplay of predator and prey continues, a silent drama unfolding beneath the stars. In the darkness, survival demands more than brute strength. It calls for innovation, cooperation, and the ability to exploit every opportunity. The night is a realm of heightened senses where the faintest sound or scent can mean the difference between life and death. Here, the secret lives of nocturnal hunters reveal a world as complex and vital as any seen under the blazing sun, a testament to the endless ingenuity of nature. As dawn approaches, the nocturnal world yields once more to the light. The hunters retreat to their hidden sanctuaries, and the savanna readies itself for a new day. Yet, the legacy of the night endures, woven into the fabric of this extraordinary ecosystem, a reminder that in the African savanna, every hour brings its own story of survival, adaptation, and life. As the first light of dawn stretches across the savanna, one feature draws creatures from miles around the Waterhole. In this arid landscape, water is more precious than gold, and these scattered pools become the epicenter of survival, a lifeline in a world defined by scarcity. Every day, a silent procession begins, zebras approach first, ever vigilant, their stripes shimmering in the morning haze. They scan for lurking predators before dipping their muzzles to drink. Wildebeest and antelope soon follow, crowding the muddy banks, their movements choreographed by the need for caution and the urgency of thirst. But the Waterhole is not just a place of respite, it is a stage for daily drama. Elephants arrive in majestic herds, their massive presence commanding respect. With trunks unfurled, they drink deeply and splash water over their backs, transforming the pool into a place of play and family bonding. Yet their dominance can force smaller animals to wait at a respectful distance, eyes fixed on the prize. As the day heats up, tensions rise. Crocodiles lie submerged at the water's edge, only their eyes and nostrils betraying their presence. A moment's lapse in attention can spell disaster for an unsuspecting antelope or a young, inexperienced calf. Predators use the Waterhole as an ambush point, knowing that thirst will eventually drive even the most cautious prey into their reach. Birds gather in flocks, from jewel-bright kingfishers to storks and herons, each exploiting the bounty of fish and insects the Waterhole attracts. Even the mud itself teems with life, frogs, insects and crustaceans thriving in this temporary oasis. Competition is fierce not only among species but within them. Territorial disputes erupt between rival males, and intricate hierarchies dictate the order of access. The strongest and most assertive drink first, while the vulnerable, young, old or injured, wait in the shadows, their survival hanging in the balance. As evening falls and the sky blushes with colour, the Waterhole is transformed once more. Nocturnal creatures, porcupines, civets and genets, arrive to quench their thirst under the cover of darkness, wary of what may lurk in the reeds. The cycle continues, unbroken and relentless. Through drought and abundance, the Waterhole sustains the savanna's rich tapestry of life. It is a crucible of adaptation, cooperation and competition, a place where destinies are shaped and the fate of countless species is decided day after day. In the heart of the African plains, the Waterhole is not merely a source of water, it is the beating heart of the ecosystem itself. Across the vast expanse of the savanna, survival often hinges on the ability to remain unseen. Here, the art of camouflage and mimicry has evolved into a silent contest, a perpetual game of hide-and-seek between hunter and hunted. From the moment the sun rises, the savanna's inhabitants deploy a dazzling array of visual tricks. The tawny coats of lions and hyenas merge seamlessly with the golden grasses, rendering them nearly invisible as they stalk through the undergrowth. For the impala, delicate dapples and stripes break up their outline, confusing the searching eyes of predators lurking nearby. But camouflage is not just about colour. The young giraffe, tucked into the dappled shadows of acacia trees, relies on its mottled pattern to remain undetected, while the spotted fur of a leopard allows it to melt into the play of light and shadow, perfect for an ambush from above. Insects and reptiles are masters of deception as well. The African leaf mantis mimics the movement and appearance of a wind-blown leaf, drifting unnoticed past predators and prey alike. Meanwhile, the savanna agama lizard changes its color throughout the day, shifting from vibrant blue to earthy brown, adapting to both mood and environment. Some creatures take mimicry a step further. The harmless African milk snake sports vivid bands that mimic the pattern of the venomous cobra, sending would-be attackers fleeing. Meanwhile, the burrowing owl adopts the posture and hissing sound of a deadly viper when threatened, tricking larger predators into keeping their distance. Mimicry and camouflage even extend to the smallest denizens of the savanna. The caterpillars of certain moths resemble twigs or bird droppings, escaping notice as they feed in plain sight. The African painted reed frog, with its shifting hues, becomes nearly indistinguishable from the reeds and grasses where it waits for dusk. In this landscape of open vistas and sparse cover, deception is a vital tool, one honed by evolution and necessity. Each adaptation, whether a subtle shade or a dramatic disguise, is a testament to the ingenuity of life on the savanna. Here, blending in is not merely an option, It is an essential strategy for survival in a world where every shadow could conceal danger, and every movement could mean the difference between life and death. Across the endless grasslands, the rhythm of life beats on, a timeless cycle of birth, growth, and renewal that sustains the savanna. Each new dawn brings with it the promise of beginnings, as the smallest and most vulnerable of creatures take their first breaths beneath the wide African sky. Hidden in the shelter of tall grasses, a newborn gazelle struggles to its feet, its spindly legs trembling as it learns the ancient art of standing. Nearby, a lioness gently nudges her cubs, their eyes barely open, into the golden morning light. For these young animals, survival demands swift learning and unyielding resilience. From the first tentative steps of a baby elephant, guided by the protective embrace of the herd, to the delicate emergence of a wildebeest calf in the midst of the Great Migration, every birth is a testament to hope and perseverance. Growth is swift, for the dangers of the savanna allow little time for innocence. Calves and foals must master the skills of running within hours, their lives dependent on keeping pace with the herd and evading the ever-watchful eyes of predators. Yet the cycle of life is not only about beginnings. The savanna is shaped equally by endings. Death, though somber, is not an enemy here, it is a vital force woven into the fabric of the plains. When a zebra falls to a pride of lions or a gazelle succumbs to the stealth of a cheetah, the nutrients from their bodies return to the earth, nourishing the grasses and sustaining scavengers and decomposers alike. Vultures, hyenas, and beetles complete the circle, ensuring nothing is wasted in this finely balanced ecosystem. Each life, no matter how brief, leaves its mark. The birth of a calf strengthens the herd. The passing of an old elephant creates space for new generations. Even the smallest creatures, from insects to birds, play their part, pollinating flowers, dispersing seeds, and enriching the soil. In the savanna, every thread is connected, and every species, from the mightiest predator to the humblest insect, is both giver and receiver in the great web of existence. Here, the circle of life is not a story of individuals, but of community, of interdependence, resilience, and the enduring power of renewal. In this land of contrasts, where life and death dance beneath the same sun, the savanna's true strength lies in its unity and in the eternal promise that every ending brings the seeds of a new beginning. Across the vast expanse of the African savanna, the steady march of time is marked not just by the cycle of life, but by the ever-changing rhythm of the seasons. Here, survival hinges on the delicate balance between abundance and scarcity, as the land transforms beneath the shifting skies. The arrival of the wet season is heralded by distant thunder and the scent of rain carried on the wind. Torrential downpours awaken the earth, saturating the soil and turning the parched plains into a sea of emerald green. Grasses surge skyward, wildflowers bloom in vibrant bursts, and temporary rivers carve new paths across the landscape. For herbivores, this is a time of plenty. Wildebeest, zebra, and antelope graze hungrily, taking advantage of the lush growth to build strength for the leaner months ahead. Calves and foals are born in synchrony with the rains, their chances of survival bolstered by the abundance of food and cover. Predators, too, thrive in this season of renewal. Lion prides and cheetah coalitions follow the herds, making the most of plentiful prey. The land resonates with life. Frogs chorus in newly filled ponds, birds display dazzling plumage as they court and nest, and insects swarm in teeming clouds, providing food for countless species. But the savanna is a land of extremes. As the rains fade and the dry season takes hold, the transformation is dramatic. Grasses wither, and rivers shrink to dusty trickles. Waterholes become precious lifelines, drawing animals from miles around in a daily pilgrimage. Elephants use their strength and memory to uncover hidden springs, sometimes digging deep into the earth to reach water. Trees like the resilient acacia shed their leaves to conserve moisture, while their long tap roots draw sustenance from deep underground. Adaptation is the key to survival. Some antelope species migrate vast distances, following the retreating grasses. Others, like the giraffe, rely on browsing tough, thorny leaves high in the canopy, out of reach for most competitors. Carnivores sharpen their strategies, lying in wait at dwindling water sources where prey must eventually gather. Even the smallest creatures play their part. Termites build elaborate mounds to regulate temperature and humidity, ensuring their colonies endure both flood and drought. Birds, such as the quelea, synchronize their nesting to coincide with the peak of insect abundance, maximizing food for their chicks. For the plants, survival means patience and endurance. Seeds may lie dormant through months of dryness, only to burst forth with life at the first sign of rain. Some trees drop their pods just before the rains, ensuring their seeds are carried far and wide by wind and water. The ebb and flow of the seasons shape every aspect of life on the savanna. This constant cycle of feast and famine forges resilience, creativity, and cooperation among its inhabitants. In adapting to the unpredictable whims of weather, the plants and animals of the savanna reveal nature's remarkable capacity for innovation and endurance. Through drought and deluge, life persists, forever attuned to the rhythm of the rain.